Hello, waiting for my iPad to catch up here. I wanted to see what the quality of the stream was. Doesn't look like it's too hot. I know I haven't streamed for a while, and so I wanted to do that, but it's looking like maybe that might not be a good idea. Like I said, I wanted to color a picture using Prismacolors and colors, and I picked out a picture, but I don't know. Let me try this really quick, because sometimes that helps to refocus it. So let's see. Hey, Sherry. Here's a brief shot of my messy head. I'm growing my hair out. I was trying to get that to get in focus, but I'm not sure it's going to work because our internet signal is not so great, which is why I haven't been streaming. So, can't really do a coloring stream and be that out of focus. Is it really out of focus on your end, Sherry? Because I really wanted to color. I thought, well, maybe if it's going to be so out of focus, yeah. So I guess what I will do is I will just like do a video and upload it so I can do an in focus. I wanted to color this page right here. Yeah, you can't even see it. Boo-hoo. That's too bad that I can't really make my internet better either. Unfortunately, we're out in the sticks. So I thought, well, maybe I could get away with doing just a flip through. That's so out of focus. I am about an hour outside of San Antonio in a campground that apparently there are not many cell towers close to. I'm going to go move my little internet tower and hope that that might help. But this might be a fail. My connection is weak, y'all. Let me move it over here and see what happens. Like usually if I can get 3 bars, it's not so bad. I guess I'll just have to put it next to this window. Let's see if that'll change it. We've kind of walked around with our internet tower that we've got through T-Mobile. Sorry, official coloring official, color time official. My internet is too spotty for me to be able. Well, that looks better. That looks better. Yeah. Is it in focus now for you guys? Because it seems to be on my end. Let me get a little bit more light in here too. Go. So we're at a part in the campground where the internet is a little spotty. This is such a cute picture that I wanted to color it. Yeah, all I had to do was move it over, so that's great. I moved it over to the driver's side of the RV. This is the book that I have in front of me. Harrison, Big Book of Fairies. I like big coloring books. So, Sherry, I don't know if you have any by Molly Harrison. I think you would. Well, you're not really big on fairies and stuff. I think I remember you saying that. I am just going to remove this page by ripping it out. Easy peasy. And I'll cut that edge off later. So I like to put clipboard. And when I first saw this page, I wanted to, yeah, you don't do people picture. So I wanted to color these stockings really bad. So I have these Pentel Energel gel pens, which I really like. Let's see. And I was thinking like an orange red kind of combo on these stripes. And I pulled out an index card because I like to keep track of what colors I use. I think I spelled her name right. 2 R's, 1 S. Yeah. I put the date that I started and the date that I finished it. Today is the 13th, 2025. All right. And then I put down what I'm using. We're going to use red and then orange. And then as I add the other colors, I'll put them on this sheet as well. So yeah, the park that we're at has a spotty internet. I want to do like red on the outside of these. I want to make sure I'm starting it right where I want it. And then I'm going to come back and put orange right here in the center. But I'm going to do the red all first. And these stockings here. I just thought this picture was so cute. And I've only colored one other picture out of this book, so I've started quite a few pictures. Sherry, I was thinking about our house picture. I think I might have the color that I want to do for the house, and I'm going to complete it by golly. It almost looks good just with that white, right? I did something wrong here. There we go. Okay. I always have such a hard time leaving white spaces. Oh, Cher, I don't know if you've seen, I did this silly, that line thing. There it is. I just finished that, which is like a line technique. that's just drawing lines. It was pretty interesting. It went really quick. So that was fun. Oh, I haven't turned this light on. I was like, why is it so dark? I have like 5 lights on. That's a little better. It was fun to do. I don't really like, yeah. Cute pictures are kind of hard for me to do sometimes. I started another one too in the same kind of vein. Where did I put it? I've started so many. I'm like drowning in work in progresses here. This is the other one that I started, and I'm doing like a circle technique with it. So that's been fun to play around with doing different ways to do things. I thought that was cute. Yes, it is a nice little town page. Both of them are nice little town. This the circle thing that I'm doing is from this book, number 12, Circus. And the other one I will show you in a minute. I am not 100% certain which one it's from because, oh, I don't think I pulled it out of it's from one of the collections. I have the nice little town collections. This is books 1 through 3. It's not out of this one. It's out of books 4 through 11, I think. And I think that I have that back up on the bookshelf. So unfortunately, I don't know what book of the nice little town books that one's from, but it's in one of the collections. Like I said, nice little town collections, books 4 through 11, I believe. There's another page I pulled out that I wanted to work on too, because I wanted to try to do like a night sky thing, but I haven't done that. Really, if I move too fast, then it goes out of focus. There, it refocused, didn't it? I hope. It looks like it did. But that was the other one that I pulled out to work on. And then you know how I am. I'm fickle. I want to do something else. I've been working on this other piece. I guess I should have labeled this a work in progress update. I did say coloring update, so that one isn't showing up so hot. But that's from an AI created book that I have called Detailed Cityscapes. And I was working on that for a little bit before I didn't like it. It's going up very well on the camera, but it looks so much better in person. And yet another picture that I did is this one. And I'll let it, because it has to sit to make sure. I'm really stoked about this one. I am super eager to finish it. In fact, I'd love to work on it now. But I already started coloring it, so I wanted to color a different page because I don't like starting a live stream and just like jumping halfway into a page. But this one is from a book that I've colored quite a few out of actually. I tend to gravitate to it. It's book Dream Beauties Unleashed. Which I'm gonna guess is AI. So just based on the some of the stuff in it. Molly Harrison is hand drawn. She draws all of her stuff by hand, which is what we are working on right now. As long as it doesn't get mad at me. I have to move slow. Maybe I have to go move the tower again. It went back down to 2 bars. Well, at least I got to do a little bit of an update. I'm gonna do a squinchy, squinchy down here. Okay. I love these stockings. I thought I want to color that with. Yeah, and I've been just a personal update. I've been dealing with vertigo for gosh, I think I'm going on 8 days now. It's been a literal nightmare. I can't drive. I even though I just showed all those work in progresses, like those have been started for a really long time. I'm having a hard time like coloring. When I do color, I have to go a lot slower. I haven't watched TV in forever, except for I have been keeping up with LA because Sawyer and I have several friends that live there. Thankfully, nobody is that we know have lost their homes or anything. They're in like LA proper. They're south of Santa Monica. A few people that we know out there. My aunt's all the way out in Palm Springs, so she's okay. But I've been following that and just trying to get better. I've been trying different maneuvers that I've looked at. Maneuver. There's several different theories as to why it happens, and I think I'm gonna leave the white because I think that looks cool. And we're gonna do the same thing. Oops. Up the other side, every other. Yeah, and we've just been trying to deal with that with me being an Uber driver. Not being able to drive your car is not a good thing. So poor Sawyer has to go out and work without me, and usually I'm the one that drives, and he does the delivery part of it, going into the restaurant and then dropping off at the customer's address. But now he has to do all of it. I've tried to drive, I think, 2 times now, and it just, yeah, it's no good. Oh, dang, Sherry, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's like, I lived in Escondido and Orange County and El Toro, and um, I had a friend that was in Marina Del Rey. So I mean, I have like ties to that area too. Not anything like that, but I don't even know how to process what happened. That about the water and so I guess you got done over at the clubhouse, and are you in the car driving? He's got all these chores he's got to do today. 3 p.m. That's Sawyer. We've got all kinds of little errands that have to get done. We actually have so much on our plates that we forgot to get drinking water. So that's one of the tasks that he's doing tonight before work. You finished the shower. And now you're off to get the oil changed. We're going to spend money we don't have. But we'll make up for it. Yeah. So I moved it was really um, fuzzy, the picture, pixelated. And so I moved the T-Mobile tower over to the driver's side of the RV. And that seems to have helped quite a bit. I hear somebody next to us. So I think I got a couple more bars out of it, because at first it was really pixelated and I was scared I wasn't going to be able to do my little live stream here. But it has seemed to work itself out. Yeah, so initially I was going to challenge myself to just color with the Prismacolor pencils, but I couldn't find a page that I wanted to color. So this is the page that I wanted to color, and I didn't want to use the Prismas on it, so I grabbed what I thought I would be using on it. And here we are. It looks really clear to you. Good. Yeah. Thank you for that. And since I am having the vertigo, pens seem to be easier for me to color with, because I have to color. It makes me happy. Even if I don't finish, I'm gonna color, darn it. We're gonna color. I'm just gonna extend these a little because I don't like how much is there. There we go. Okay. The one thing I have noticed with using these pens is if you put too much ink down, I haven't quite broken through the page yet, but it will ripple it quite a bit and it doesn't look good. And it's hard to take a good picture of it. And if I don't get to share my coloring, then I might as well have not even colored. No, I'm kidding. I'm being sarcastic when I say that, but ooh, we got dogs barking. Yeah, so we were able to extend our stay in this campground because we were gonna have to move and go a little bit. We were gonna have to drive about 3 hours to a different campground and be in a different city for to drive in and try to work, and with just one of us, that's difficult to do. So it's good that we were able to extend it here for another week, and yeah, we can relax. It's a little bit more red than I'd like to put down without doing some shading or something, but maybe I'll go over it again to make it darker on the edges here. Let's do this top piece here. She looks like a candy cane, eh? But Christmas is over. Now, I'm noticing I'm not going to want to do the same thing on her um, arms there. I think for her arms, I was thinking this pink right here. We could maybe use that. It's really similar to the red, but it is different. Although I was kind of thinking about pink for her hair. I even though I know she looks like a candy cane right now, I don't want it to look Christmassy. I don't want to do green or blue. I think I will just do the pink. With no shine or anything on it. All right. Her top is a little odd. One thing I know that I'm going to use pencils for is her skin. So let's go ahead and get that taken care of. We're going to use the Prismacolor skin tones. This is the light skin tones. Where does it say that on here though? It's a skin palette. Pencil portrait set. Illustrated with a soft core. Anyhow, I'm going to just move the page and set that down. My favorite color to color skin is 927, which is obvious by that. But I think 997 might work well too. That's this one, 997. A little darker. Yeah, we'll use that one. These are not separate. They're not special colors outside of the gosh, how many are in that set of Prismacolors? I think there's like 125 maybe. Because I thought that they were, but they're not. And I'm going to give that a good sharpen and hope like hell that it doesn't start breaking. I use a Tagal sharpener. I think this was like $2 to $4 on Amazon. And you can adjust how much it will sharpen. Number 2 is good for Prismacolors. If you over sharpen your Prismacolor Premier pencils, they will start crumbling and breaking and cause you much heartache and pain. They'll even still do it on the 2. You can heat them up. I have a love-hate relationship with these pencils. Mine are probably over 4 years old. I don't know if I've dropped them at any point in time, but you've really got to baby these things. Anyhow, we're going to go in with that. I'm going to mark it down on my little sheet. I'm a lot more careful with these. I don't press as hard as I used to because that helps too with not breaking. 997, I can't see that, so I'm just going to write it underneath there. Prismas. I usually leave a little bit more space, but any pens I use, I'm going to write up here. And any colored pencils, any Prismas, I'll write and I'll put in this, record in this section. I've also got my color set pulled out. So, and maybe, whoa, that's quite a lot of zoom. We can go like that. There we go. That looks pretty in focus. Okay. So I'm just gonna start laying color. With colored pencils, you do have to work harder to get the color on there. It's not gonna be like one layer and done. There can be buildup of the pencil as you're coloring. So I have, this looks crazy big because I'm zoomed in, but I use just a makeup brush that I've never used before because I don't wear makeup. And I brush the stuff away with that. If you brush it away with your hand, there is a great possibility of it smearing and that color going somewhere you don't want it to. And erasing can be a problem. I have like 5 different kinds of erasers, and I hardly ever use them. That's not to say that I don't mess up, but I'm just kind of going over this. I can't see as well if I'm covering all of the white space of the paper, but it almost looks like she's got some kind of shirt on, but I feel like that's part of her shoulder and her back, so we're gonna color it like she's got a bikini top on because that's what it looks like, right? I love these tattoos here. I think that's what I liked about this picture too, that she's kind of she's a little spunky fairy. What I am noticing about, the difference between coloring um, a line drawing as opposed to coloring an AI created image, it's a lot easier to see my lines and where I'm supposed to be coloring as opposed to just having to make it up as I go along, which you have to do with a lot of AI stuff. For example, um, I'll zoom out here really. This picture that I'm coloring right now. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. It's difficult for me to zoom out sometimes. Anyway, I won't go out that far because apparently I'm having problems. Like the neck is weird. That's not like you can tell that's not hand drawn. So sometimes that can be a little daunting. But yeah, let's keep coloring her. That is part of why I like coloring AI images though, is because you can kind of make up some of the areas as you go along. I'm going to use pen over these thingies here. So I'm still going to try not to color them with my pencil though. I want those to stand out a little bit. Those stars too, I'm going to color over those. I'm just going to go over it and try to cover up all of the white spaces of the paper, trying to poke through. There we go. I think that's. I have to let it set for a second so it doesn't get too crazy pixelated, right? I almost think I should color her sleeve black. Hmm. I want this sharper, but I'm scared to sharpen it more because I might break it. I try to, when I'm coloring with colored pencils, I don't do it all the time. I try to move the pencil in a circular motion, and I also try to you'll see me kind of constantly moving the pencil. It's because I'm twisting it so I'm always having a sharper surface. So I'm not wearing down one side of the pencil more than any other. So I'm always using it to where it's going to have the kind of point that I like. With Prismacolor, in any pencil, since I push too hard, if I make too much of a sharp point, they break. I've tried to be less heavier handed, but I like lots of saturated color, and that's the way I know how to get it on there. So that's what I tend to do. I'm not going to cover her lips because we're going to give her some juicy red lips probably, or a little off red. I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get there. There we go. I'll have to work on that a little bit more probably. Sometimes it's better to get other colors into things though. So I do want to color her sleeve black. I think that's a good idea. So I'm going to use the Pentel Energel. I love these pens. I'm a little nervous to do this because I know that once I get it on there, I cannot smudge it. So maybe after we put that on, we'll attack this pedestal down here. Because I did say I wanted to try to finish this picture during this live. And we'll see if that actually happens or not. Sometimes this black pen is a pain in the booty. It's like it still has some of that stuff on it or something. They come with these wax kind of caps on them. Until you start using it. Trying to be careful and not go into the lines that are drawn. Yeah, so I haven't watched too many updates today since this morning, before the wind had started picking up. So I'm hoping that they were able to get a grip on those fires. So hopefully they can get it stamped out before things start blowing around all crazy again, like they did those first 2 days. You can see how important the airdrops of water have been. And if they can't do that, then it's got to be so frustrating to not be able to do anything as a firefighter. Yeah, so this might be the last live that I do for a little bit, and I'll just make videos and upload them. Because I can see that it's a little pixelated right now. I like the black though. I might be able, let's see, no, it focused back again. Okay, good. Like I might be able to force it to focus by flipping the orientation for a minute, but it looks like it caught up. That's not a very good update, Sherry. Yeah, Wednesday. That's what I thought I heard too. It's in the Hollywood Hills. Sunset Boulevard is closed. I know they've been laying a lot of fire retardant down and hopefully doing enough brush clearing. I don't know. Anybody who's in LA right now should be clearing every single piece of brush from your house. So if the fire does come, maybe it'll skip your house because it doesn't have fuel right next to it. I don't know. I don't know what I'd be doing. I do know that that's a lot of the reason why we were hesitant to get the property in New Mexico, because in 2018 they had a fire blow through there and take out their forest on half the side of the mountain, and it's like, ugh. Well, that's literally my worst nightmare of, what to grab when the fire's coming. Like, I don't want to be in that situation. So I think I'm going to carry the pink. No, let's do red along the top of her thingy here. Because that makes sense to me. Okay. They are recommending to leave. There's not much you can do about flying embers. I know. Yeah, right? It's like, can I cover my entire house in a moat? Sink it. There's a little button you can push and your house will just like lower down. I know that's ridiculous, but trying to think what I should color her hair. I thought I got, I'm thinking her hair should be brown, is what I'm thinking. But, I mean, I do have, that's a light brown, but I don't think I have the dark one out. I've been so good. I put all of my pencils up, all of my colors. I had almost all of my Prismacolors out. Like everything was in jars all over the place. What am I doing? I'm grabbing this. Is that what I have right now? Is that an A&art? Yeah. Okay. We'll use the art gel pens there. And so I put all my stuff back, and all my coloring collections are complete now. So now I got to take them all out and use them. Excuse me for 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay. I think I'm going to use this brown. That's a light brown. That's neon brown, right? That's neon brown. So it's this color right here. And then right now, I'm going to pull out the neon dark brown. I know that's not like sexy hair color, but brunettes are sexy. I'm a brunette. Look at this cool sticker I have on my pencil case. Isn't that awesome? I think that Sawyer and I got that outside of Roswell or in Roswell. Love it. And I bought a bunch of those. I spent like $50 on stickers. Yesterday we were filling up the super scoopers out in the Pacific Ocean for water dumps. I hope they have both of them up and going. I also, like the thing, let's record these. With the ocean water, right, is that, sorry, I'm just kind of moving that out of the way. I'm going to say AN art, because that's what these are. And this is NO2. I may need to refill that. And NO1. We'll do, usually with hair, I do like the lighter strands first. There we go. And then I color darker over it. Let's see. I don't know if that's a good strategy here too. I think it might be. And then I can go back over with the darker one where I want to put in darker spots. Oh my gosh, look at that. I totally did not color her neck in. Why didn't anybody tell me that? Come on, you guys. Well, that lets me know that I've got some things still to do. See, that kind of looked like her wing apparatus, but it's her hair. And this is all hair too, so we're just going to color it in. I guess I've gone with the strategy of coloring in all the hair, and then I'll add the dark color later. Hopefully I'm not ruining it by doing it this way. I usually don't use gel pens to color hair. We will have to let that dry. I know I want to do that. They have all resources to work with. And I know I heard about like that the one super scooper got damaged with the drone though. So I didn't know if that was still an issue or not. go over that. Even though I want to be careful with doing that. This is the dark color. I'm just kind of coloring in where I think it should be darker. I should really wait for it to dry before doing that. There. I feel like I'm going to have to go over that part because it looks a little sloppy. Let's start up here and just the thing, like once you start coloring with a pen or a marker, you need to finish at least that area, or otherwise you'll have like weird streaky patchy kind of places. And you got to move quickly. I think I didn't put enough like on down there, and that's why it came out patchy like that. I don't know. I just tried a different way of doing it, so we'll see what happens as that dries. I'm not that well versed in, like I said, coloring hair. With gel pens. But we're going to go for it and see what happens. And I can always add detailing later. Doesn't seem to turn out good. And I won't be too bummed if I ruin this picture. I don't want to ruin it, but there's literally 98 other pictures in here that I can color if I ruin this one. I remember the Santa Ana winds when I was a kid. I briefly played the cello when I was in 5th grade, and that's when I lived in California. And carrying a cello in the Santa Ana winds as a 5th grader was an interesting challenge. I remember just, almost being horizontal in the wind, just pushing against it. And then it would suddenly stop and you'd almost fall. I want to do like dark under here. I think it's okay to do light and then color over it though. That seems to have worked out okay in the other instance that I did that in. Sherry, outside of all of we haven't caught up for a while. I went to your page to see if I had missed anything because I know sometimes Facebook doesn't, show us our friends' pages, show you everything. But um, so I wanted to, see how your Christmas went and your New Year's. If all that went okay. We um we worked on New Year's Eve and made $400 amazingly, which was really good. We really needed that because we are scraping the barrel. And we've been having a really hard time in San Antonio money wise. We're hoping it's going to pick up now, but in Christmas, I think we just lazed around the RV and didn't do anything. Oh, I'll tell you what we did though the day before Christmas. Not Christmas Eve, but the day before Christmas Eve. We were backing into our space at the campground, the other space that we were in, and we were tired and not being careful enough. And long story short, we hit a water pipe. They had to turn the water off to the camp. And any longer story shorter, it was a $3,000 repair, and our insurance covered it. Our insurance covered it. I was crying and so stressed out, you wouldn't even believe it. We didn't know it was $3,000 when we hit it. We didn't know that was going to be that bad. So that was fun. Your Christmas was blah. We didn't have the funds to do anything. I didn't decorate or anything. Yeah, neither did we. Didn't get each other anything. We were just happy to have a place to live in. Yeah. I didn't get my daughter anything. I told her once we get out of the slump we're in right now, know you're making a mistake until you're in it, and then it's a little too late. So we're stuck here until the weather clears and we can go back east. So we got to make the best of it. It's kind of where we're at right now after much crying and heartache and stress. And yeah. That's probably why I threw myself into a vertigo attack for the past freaking week. She's got more hair than I thought. You're going to go back. That's probably best. Yeah. Yeah, I think we would like San Antonio a lot better if we were able to, just keep on top of stuff financially. And it is the slow period. Even when we were in Savannah for the last two winters, it's slow uh, during the holidays and right up to it. So like now is kind of the time where things do start evening back out. There's a Calvin in here. Oh, where are you? So we're hoping that, it can go back to $150 days without working 11 hours, 12, 13 hours. We haven't even actually made that much in a day since we've been here. It's so slow. But that's neither here nor there. It'll get better. Like, why did we choose the most expensive lifestyle and be poor? What were we thinking? You know what? We've been okay for the last 2 years, so we've managed to get this far and managed to get ourselves out of quite a few pickles. So Oh, we'll be okay. Yeah, we actually have a tree from last year, and I didn't even put it up. I mean, it's a teeny tiny one. Like it's less than 2 feet, maybe. Yeah, maybe it's a foot or 2 feet. I have to work on this hair quite a bit after I get this first layer on here. I'm kind of rethinking the brown, but it's too late for that. But see, that's where you can, maybe the background can make up for whatever the heck I'm doing with this. Okay, so I've just got a couple little wispies, which I am going to turn the page so it's a little bit easier for me to get into there. This is trust the process part here. A lot of it I just want to get the color on so I know where all of these individual strands are going here. Right? Luckily this other stuff has dried pretty well. So it's not giving me any problems. Do 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 do. Okay. This one I am gonna probably do that dark color. I do like having the base down though. Does anybody remember, did 2024 start off as crazy as this year is starting off? Because I don't remember if it did. Oh, okay, now I can see that. I couldn't see that before. And through here, and this little swoop right there. Okay. I want to put some red into this too. I really have to let it dry though before I can start messing with it some more. That's okay. Let's come out a little. I'm trying to think what I want to do with this pedestal down here. Sorry, I'm moving this around a lot, I know. I'm moving all kinds of things around. Let's do that. I had, because I was looking at the Premiere Prismas, So I was thinking about this color right here. It's kind of dark, but I thought it would be cool for that pedestal. And I've got a white pencil, so I can kind of mess with that. So we can at least put the first layer down on that. 937, that's this guy right here. That is such a pretty color. Ooh. Isn't that gorgeous? Tuscan red. Okay. I'm just going to go really light with this first. Because I do want to give it some marbling effect. Maybe not marbling, but I want to give it some texture. So it's not just a solid block of color. There we go. Now let's go ahead and lay it down here. What I'm planning on doing is making the edges darker and the inside lighter. So I'm not going to color too much in here. But I do want to have enough that I can smush that color around when I'm going to need it. Let me come back in. Probably would make it easier to color the one thing first, but my branches. I need to make sure that's not all you're asking me. Oh, we're good. Okay. So yeah, in addition to breaking the camp's water for a few hours, we also have a water leak in our RV. It's actually in the, I guess, what's referred to as a utility bay. So it's not inside, it's not damaging anything. We don't have any water damage. But it was leaking quite a bit, and it has been for a while, but it wasn't so bad that, it leaving a lot of water on the ground or whatever. But when we got to this park, the water pressure is a lot higher, and so it caused it to, we were like, whoa, what's that? So we're in the middle of getting the parts to fix that, and that's been like right now we don't have water in the RV. We don't have it hooked up because we don't have a pipe. It's got to get replaced. So we're learning a lot. Sawyer's worked on a lot of stuff on his property in Vermont, so he's got the basic handyman stuff down. He's got all the tools and all that stuff, but it's still a learning curve when you're fixing a leaking thing. It's not just replacing the hose, which is what we did. You got to do the clamp thingy too, and blah blah. It is awesome when you like fix something though. Yeah. Like you feel accomplished. It's like woohoo. Like we've been having a problem with the toilet with the little pedal. And so I watched some videos and I, went in there and I yanked the damn thing off, even though at first I couldn't. It took me quite a bit and I was scared I was going to break it, but I finally got it off, and we know how all that stuff works now, and we just got to get the right part to fix that. So like, we've limped along all these little minor repairs, but each of those, like the water bay leak that we have, easy would have been a $400 fix if we had called an RV tech out to deal with that, because it's a pain in the butt to get to, and it was a pain in the butt to get off, and it's a pain in the butt to get on, and we're almost done with that. And the toilet is we'll be done with that as well once we get up the nerve to do it. We made a solution to where it works, so it's like, well, we'll just keep doing it like this because it's working. Okay, I'm almost done with the first layer of this. Eee, that's a little teeny tiny. Still not sure what I'm going to color the background, but okay. That is that. And now we got to make that look something presentable. We were in the mountains. We built a deck, steps, replacement windows, etc. It was fun. It made us feel good that we were able to do stuff. That is a lot of work. That's a lot of carpentry and math. That's a lot of math, Sherry. That's awesome. Yeah, and I know that's a good feeling. Okay, I'm looking at this and I think I should put the white down the center first before I start messing with. When I say white, I mean the Prismacolor Premier. I don't know if I have enough color in there to smush it around enough, though. Looks like it's working. Oh, that's a cool texture too. Let's see. Usually once you put white on something, you can't go back. Like it's hard to color over it. I've noticed. Hmm. I'm going really dark right there in the corner. Especially the steps, yeah. Well, I can even imagine like with the deck as well. It's not like, oh, let's just, start putting stuff together. You have to have that all planned out beforehand. Kind of feeling like I want like kind of a curve to this. Might have made a mistake on doing this, but because I didn't put any other color into it. To kind of make a transition. You want to just go dark to light. You need to have a medium in there. My medium is going to be 1031. That might be a little too brown, huh? Let's see. At least maybe do it along the edges there. If you put too much down, you'll burnish the page, and then it won't accept any more color, any more product that you're trying to put on it. Which is the point that I'm nearing. I probably should have tried to make this like marble or something. But I think in the end it'll look good. I'm not sure the vibe that's gonna come out of this, but we're gonna go with it. This is that Tucson red. A little kind of a little bit darker right there. I'm going to go with a 1031, which I do still need to record on my thing. I think that kind of gives it like a woody kind of quality. I don't know. Just having a little bit of brown kind of in there. Just gave that a little bit of a sharpen. Probably should have done like some nice pretty design on this or something. I could have at least used markers. I don't know, I didn't really have a clear idea of what I wanted to do with this column here. So I'm going to go over this one more time. Just put a little bit more color on that, and then I might go back over it with the white again. Yeah, make it a little bit smoother like that. Oh yeah, it's making me dizzy though. There we go. A lot more work needed on that. I'll probably continue that same kind of thing down there. But the hair is dry now. So I want to mess around with that. I'm just eyeballing it. I know, like, once I start putting this on, I can't take it back, so I'm trying to be cautious. Seems like it might need to dry like a little bit more. I can feel it. It feels kind of like gummy. You know what? I never lock the door. That's always I was telling. So you're like, I never get scared until I hear a weird noise outside, and I'm gonna go lock the door. I feel like I don't know if that was a good idea or not. But it looks different once it dries, so I'm just gonna keep that in mind as I'm kind of doing my little individual strand thing here. I think it's gonna look like that when it dries. As long as I don't muck it up and put too much in. I have to hold the page down, otherwise it moves around too much on me. And this one is right here. Okay. I want to do like one of these strands too. I am going to turn this, so heads up, so I can get at this strand here. I think I'm going to do this one. Trying to be mindful of not putting my hand down where I've already colored, because that'll smear it. And I will get upset. Okay. I'm going to go up with that. I'm going to do this long one, it too, because it doesn't look good with just that light color. So we will carefully go over that. And then I think once we get done with our hair, we should probably call it a day, right? I noticed that it's gone over an hour and a half actually on the live. Sherry, thank you for sticking around with me. I was hoping you'd pop in, that you would be able to come around. That's right, you just had a birthday. So happy birthday. I know it's been a little bit. There we go. Okay. I got to put some more dark parts in there, but I don't want to do too many. So I'm going to zoom out. Oh, I almost did it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, you guys. Dang it. This thing drives me nuts. Maybe if I go like that, it'll force it to... There we go. That's a little better. That's what we got done with my little cast of characters. Using a variety of different tools here. That's what we accomplished with using these things here. I'll let that dry before I start messing with it. And I think it would be better to color the branches. I wish Pentel made a brown pen, but I haven't seen one yet. Thank you. I know it's a little ragtag now. It would be cool if I could do her wings like black and pink, like her sleeve there. I don't know if I can pull that off, but I don't know. Maybe her top could be black too. I don't know. I'll think about that. I almost feel like I need to do the background first before I do the wings. But I don't know how to do wings. I'll probably watch a tutorial and see. Going a little bit closer. We got a little bit done. But yes, thank you, Sherry, for joining. And I'll try not to take so much time out in between lives. And now that I know that I can stream, and it is, I see it just went out blurry, but check the Paper Mate Ink Joy gel pens. I think they have a brown. I'm gonna have to do that. I don't think I have any Paper Mate, so I might have to get those. But yes, thank you for joining me. And like I said, I'll try not to take so long since I've been bound. I should be able to do a couple more streams and we can get her finished up. Okay. You've used them, they're nice? Yeah, I bet they are. I'm sure I'd like them a lot. I'm really enjoying, I mean, the ease of putting down, you know, the ink as opposed to the colored pencils is definitely I like. So Paper Mate, Ink Joy, gel pens. Yeah. Yes, I will see you soon. Thank you again. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.